Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Sword of Convallaria video, and today we are going to do the free-to-play versus whale game review for Sword of Convallaria. Now, if you followed my channel for a long time, you know when this game came out, I wailed on it. I bought the packs that I thought were worth something, the good value, the good value packs, if you know what I'm talking about, and I sometimes would just spend a little bit more if I needed it. And as a paying player, Sword of Convallaria, one of the best gacha games I've ever played. If you like this type of game, there is so much to enjoy here, especially if you're willing to spend even just a little bit of money. Now, the free-to-play experience has been a little bit different. There are still so many things that are great about this game. As a free-to-play player, it is super worth your time. However, there are some big issues. There's one big issue in particular, and that's where I want to start. Look, I'm gonna have plenty of good things to say. Plenty of good things to say towards the end of this video, but I want to start by talking about the endurance system. It's really bad. Like, it's really, really bad, especially if you have no endurance potions because you can't buy them. More on that here in a second. And because you're a free-to-play player, you're not willing to sacrifice the chance to pull meta units or units that you want or any other unit later to spend your Luxite to gain more energy. There is nothing that would feel worse, in my opinion, as a free-to-play player than shelling out Luxite for just the ability to play the game more. That's terrible. And what the game does a bad job of is feeding you endurance potions or feeding you any reasonable way to acquire them. Like, forget getting them for free. And the game does have a few systems for giving you more endurance throughout the day. Like in your daily quests, there's always the log in after a certain time. I don't know if it'll even pop up in here, but you can log in after 8 or after 1600, and that'll give you 60 energy, which translate to 60 account experience. And really, my biggest gripe as a free-to-play player is I'm just hard stuck at levels every day. Like, I basically log on, do my dailies, push a few things, you know, in terms of like grinding out some materials and stuff like that. Then I'm out of energy, and there it is. I'm just sort of out, and I have to wait an amount of time to come back and play the game. And there's many days where that really just doesn't work. There's a lot of people with schedules that can't just be like build their whole day around when the game's going to give you some energy to play again. The system's not very good. I understand that like energy systems in general just suck, but in many other games I've played, including games that I will call stingier than this game, their energy systems did not just prevent you from progressing your account. Think of Hoyo games, which I regularly trash as being like literally in those games, you just buy the premium currency and they're like, yeah, you don't really get deals that often. We'll refresh the deals like once a year. Just buy it. Just buy it. It's a Hoyo game. We know you're going to buy it. This game has way more stuff to buy. But in Hoyo games, you can keep progressing your account level by just pushing the story. And this game, no, you can't. No, you can't. And so you end up just kind of hard stuck on these levels. And even if you're like, you know what, I decide that I want to be a mini spender, which I'm not going to do. But even if you did, if you go into the like buying some packs, dude, these energy potions just aren't here. Like, time limited sale, none. Memento pack, no energy pots. Monthly limit, you're like, oh, well, surely in here we're going to get some good energy pot deals. Yeah, you'd be wrong about that. They're not in here. Weekly limit. Okay, finally, we get the weekly stamina box. You can buy this once a week and you get 2 potions, and each one restores 100 energy. So you get 200 energy a week, even as a spender from energy pots. And it's going to cost you about, well, 200 of these could be like $3 or something like that. So again, that's not a ton of money, and I'm not going to shame anybody for spending money on this game. I actually think if you really enjoy a game, you ought to throw the developers a few dollars. This game is really worth a few of your bucks, but goodness gracious, it sucks to have the energy system just pump the brakes on you like that. And there's so much there's so many great things about this game, so many great things I want to say about it, but oftentimes I'm stuck to just following my Voyage Memento guide, and even then I get stuck on this. Like, I need to be like, if you want to keep pushing this, I need to hit the point where I can come into the next journey and start doing the things that I have to do every day. What's holding me back? Getting a character to rank 6. Why can't I get a character rank 6? Because I'm not account level 35, and I won't be account level 35 until like maybe the end of the day tomorrow. And my daily quest will hook me up with like 300 and some account EXP. So maybe like midday tomorrow, I'll hit account level 35. I then will be, what, a week until I hit account level 40? That's terrible. That's terrible. You have to play this game for months as a free-to-play player just to start pushing into those like high account levels. And as a whale, I did not experience that as much because I was using Luxite to refresh my endurance. I was buying the endurance potion packs, and any chance I had to give myself more endurance and like push my account forward, I took it as a spender. And that's money that I don't regret spending, but it's money that I wish I didn't have to spend. And that's the part that feels bad. Now, I want to flip the script a little bit here. There are good things about this game as a free-to-play player, and there are uniquely good things about this game as a free-to-play player that a whale and a free-to-play player get to experience at the same time. One of those things, and people might say I'm crazy on this one, is the character roster. Free-to-play players still get to pull. You actually get quite a bit of pulling out of just farming this game. And especially, I have been very, very impressed with these like newer epic level characters. And everyone who pulls is going to get these. Then you're still getting your Crimson Falcons of the world. These epic characters are still going to be able to like fill in the holes in your roster. Now, will you have as much material to level them up? No, you're not going to have as diverse of a character roster, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. As a whale in this game, I had so many characters that I would pull, and I was like, oh, like Sapphire's a really bad example. Garcia is a great example. I pulled Garcia on my whale account, and I leveled her and used her just to like see what it was like. She wasn't that great, and so she ended up just kind of being pushed back in my bench with, you know, these guys, right? So like really with my whale account, there wasn't much of a difference between Garcia and Outlaw Assassin over here, because I used them both about the same. So this account is not going to have a ton of like leveled up, you know, rainbow characters that I'm not using. So I actually feel like if you're smart with your pulls and you're not completely unlucky, there is a chance of being completely unlucky where money couldn't bail you out because you're not spending any. The character roster is solid, mostly carried by the epic level characters. So I don't think it's as bad as people think it is when you compare like a whale account to a free-to-play account in that regard, especially if you're doing it smart, which I think most free-to-play players probably are. The other thing about this game that is uniquely good is Spiral of Destinies, and anybody who's watched my channel has seen me just rave about this. You can see where I am on my first playthrough of this. I am here. Okay, that's fun, and I'm playing through a very similar path that I played through on my whale account, but it's still a new experience because I'm leveling up my characters. I'm just using the story characters, the ones I can recruit. I'm playing them differently. And anytime I have an itch to play the game and I don't have any energy left, which I'll blow through my energy in a second, I come here and play. And I do really enjoy that, but it is not the same feeling as getting to use these characters. When you're a free-to-play player and you save up for however long you have to because you want to pull Kavare, and then you pull Kavare, and then you can't use them anymore today because the game just says, no, you can't play anymore today, that feels bad. And I'm telling y'all, that is the difference. That is the biggest gameplay difference I have run into. And I know it's going to get worse because as your account levels up, the amount of experience you need to get to the next level, it goes up. And the amount of energy the game gives you stays the same. So that's not great. And what it does to me, especially as a content creator, I want to push into this game. I want to see how different the end game is with a free-to-play account. And it's going to be, what, a month? 2 months until I'm like at the end game and can start really trying to farm out my end game team. And I'm not going to lie, most players of video games are casual players. Most people that play games aren't, you know, min-maxing their strategies of how to save Luxite or watching all the YouTube videos and reading all the Reddit threads and looking at all the pocket guides that are out there. That's all such good stuff. Most people come into the game as casual players, willing to open up their wallet if they love the game and like have good vibes towards it. And energy systems, man. If the next thing that could die in gacha games would be energy systems, I think we'd all feel pretty good about that. Just get rid of them. Just make them go away and let us play the game at our own pace or figure out a better way to gate it. I don't know. Maybe there is a better way to gate it. I'm not sure, but this game, I feel it more than any other gacha game I've played recently. Again, including ones that I felt were more stingy than this one in terms of the value packs that are out there. Just give me more energy. Just give it to me. All right, that's all I got for this one, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.